Healing Hearts. A quiet love between two doctors, love in hospital. The hospital never truly slept. Even in the quietest hours of dawn, machines hummed, monitors beeped softly, and footsteps echoed through the long, sterile hallways. For Dr. Ayan Malik, those sounds had become the rhythm of his life, steady, predictable, and strangely comforting. He had spent years dedicating every ounce of his energy to healing others, even while ignoring the fractures inside his own heart. Losing his mother during his final year of medical school had changed him, shaping him into a man who poured his emotions into his work so he would never have to face the loneliness waiting at home. Across the same hallways, drive, Zara Hayat carried her own shadows. She was known as the calmest doctor on the team, a woman whose gentle voice could settle even the most distressed patient. But behind that calmness lay memories she never spoke about, an engagement that ended abruptly, leaving her questioning her worth, her future, and her ability to trust again. To the outside world she was strong, composed, and focused. Inside, she was rebuilding herself piece by piece. Ayan and Zara had worked in the same hospital for almost a year, yet their paths rarely crossed beyond short greetings and polite professional exchanges. But everything began to change on a rainy Thursday evening. The emergency department was overflowing. A highway accident had brought in multiple critical patients, and every doctor was needed. Zara worked tirelessly, her hands steady but her breathing strained from the pressure. Ayan noticed her across the room, her hair tied loosely, her forehead damp, her eyes glassy with exhaustion. When she stumbled slightly after hours of non-stop trauma care, Ayan stepped toward her without a second thought. "You need water," he said gently, handing her a bottle. She looked surprised, almost startled. "I'm fine. You're human," he replied softly. "Humans need water." For the first time in months, Zara let herself smile a little, small, but real. That evening became the beginning of something neither of them had planned, yet both somehow needed. Over the next few weeks, Ayan found himself noticing things he hadn't before. The way Zara hummed under her breath while writing notes, the way she comforted children with stories about stars and superheroes, the loneliness hidden behind her bright professional smile. She, in turn, saw beyond Ayan's stoic, reserved exterior. She saw how he always stayed late to reassure families, how he carried guilt he didn't talk about, how he used work to avoid confronting his pain. Their connection formed gently. It wasn't the dramatic kind of love that storms into your life. It was the kind that grows quietly, like a soft light slowly rising in a dark room. One night, during a late shift, a little girl named Sana was admitted with severe asthma. Her mother was trembling, terrified. Ayan handled the medical emergency while Zara comforted the mother, holding her hands, guiding her breathing. When the crisis stabilized, Zara sat beside the sleeping child, shoulders falling in relief. "You were amazing," Ayan murmured as he joined her. "So were you," she replied. They spoke long after their shift ended, sharing stories they had never shared before. Ayan about his mother, Zara about her broken engagement, both of them about their fears, their doubts, their hopes. It was the first time either of them felt seen in a long time. As days turned into weeks, something unspoken began to bloom between them. They walked together during breaks. They brought each other tea. They exchanged small smiles across the ward. Nothing dramatic, nothing confessed out loud, yet everyone around them sensed it, a softness, a quiet warmth, a bond, forming in the spaces between words. One evening, after a particularly emotional case, Zara broke down in the small staff lounge. Ayan entered to find her wiping her tears quickly, embarrassed. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "It was just a hard case." "You don't have to apologize for being human," he said gently, sitting beside her. "You care. That's your strength." Her breath trembled. "Sometimes I think caring too much is why people hurt me." Ayan hesitated, then reached out to hold her hand, slowly, respectfully, giving her time to pull away if she wanted. She didn't. "You deserve someone who understands your heart," he said quietly. "Who values it, who doesn't run away from it." Zara looked at him then, really looked, and for the first time she saw past his resilience into the ache he had been carrying. She squeezed his hand softly. "So do you." It was such a simple moment. But for both of them, it felt like the start of healing. Their bond only grew deeper from there. They held each other up through difficult cases, shared laughter during quiet night shifts, and found comfort in each other's presence. Yet neither said the words out loud. They were both scared. Scared of ruining the fragile peace they had created, scared of breaking something so beautifully delicate. Love had hurt them before. But this felt different. One night, after a long surgery, they walked out of the hospital together. The sky was fading into dawn, painted pink and gold. The world seemed softer, quieter. They stood outside the entrance, breathing in the cool morning air. "You know," Zara said, "I used to believe that love had to be loud to be real." "And now?" Ayan asked. She looked up at him, her eyes gentle. "Now I think the quiet kind heals you more." Ayan's heartbeat echoed in his chest. He took a slow breath. "Zara, I care about you. More than I expected to. More than I should." She stepped closer, her voice almost a whisper. "And I care about you. Maybe more than I should too." He smiled then. A real smile, warm and unguarded. "So we both shouldn't. Together." She let out a soft laugh. Together. In that quiet dawn light, their hands found each other naturally, not rushed, not uncertain. Just right. Their love didn't solve all their problems. It didn't erase their pasts or fix every wound. But it gave them strength. It gave them hope. It gave them something to hold on to during the hardest days. In the endless rhythm of hospital life, two weary hearts found healing in each other. And sometimes, that was enough. Hey everyone, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it and it would mean a lot to me. Thanks for watch.